Hi everyone, this is Stephanie of Creatively Miss Me. And today guys, I am participating in an open invitation collaboration / tag. Now this collaboration is entitled Say Yes to the Dress and is hosted by Random Bites of Sweet Life. Now guys, if you're interested in finding out about this collaboration, you know what to do. Hang around. Okay, guys, she has some simple rules for her collaboration. One, to be a member of her channel and to mention her channel in the videos, which I just did, Random Bites of a Sweet Life. She wants to know the date of your wedding. So my wedding date was July 30th of 2016. Yes, 7/30/16. That was my wedding date. My husband and I picked out the day. First, he suggested April, but the day in April he suggested was my sister's birthday. So then we moved it to July. Second question was, do you still have your dress? Yes, I do. And after I answer all the questions, I will show you guys my dress. Number 3, where did I get my dress? Well, honestly, I went to, what's the name of that place? I can't think of the name of the wedding store now. I went to a wedding dress store to look for my dress. And the dress I wanted, that I had in mind, that I wanted to get, I found the dress, but in there it was $1,500. Yeah, you can imagine the look on my face when I saw $1,500 on one dress. So I got kind of disgusted. I left the store and I was like, what am I going to do about a wedding dress? And then I thought, go look online, go on eBay and see what you can find. And girl, do you know, I found the exact dress that I wanted on eBay, but the total cost for the dress was $250. That included the shipping. So I ended up getting the dream dress that I saw in the store, and I cannot think of that wedding store shop. It's been so long since I looked in it. But I found my dream dress online for $250, period, on eBay. Yeah, what a big break for me, because I was thinking I was going to have to go without a wedding dress. So the next question is, how did I meet my spouse? Well, I was more of a homebody, and I really didn't do clubs because I found them unnecessary. And my daughter put me online first on Black Planet to meet someone. She heard my son said they were getting ready to leave home and I needed to start dating. They didn't want me to be by myself. So she put me on Black Planet at first, and then she told me about another site that was called Tagged. 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 So I got on Tagged and I did me a profile, the whole nine, put a picture up where I thought I was being cute. And I'll put that picture up here so you can see what I was talking about, the look I had. I was cute. And my husband saw my picture on Tag. He contacted me in an email and he asked me, was I single? No, he asked me, was I married? And I said, no, I'm not married. And he said, but you look like you're married. And I said, well, I'm not married. So then he told me that he was working with this company and that he was going to go out of town for his job. He'll be back in a couple of weeks, and he would like to see me when he comes back in town. He would like to go out to lunch or dinner. And I said, sure. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, girl, you ain't going to hear from that man. That man's so full of it. You're not going to hear that from that man. So just drop it and move on. Well, girl, when he got back in town, 2.5 weeks later, I got a phone call. So you still up for dinner or lunch? And I was like, wow. Well, let's see how this goes. So he asked me to meet him for lunch. meeting him was a good thing because that's what I needed, was a breath of fresh air. So never doubt meeting somebody online. It just takes some time. Sometimes you do run into knuckleheads and people who just want to try to get some, but you have to be very careful and use your head and be very wise in what you do when you do online dating. One thing I also want to add is when you're doing online dating, never give anybody your home address. Meet them someplace else. Now, our first couple of dates, when he picked me up that Saturday, he met me up the street at the grocery store. I drove my car up there. My daughter drove the car back home. I never let too many people know where I live because you do run into some psychos on there. So be careful. The next thing is your honeymoon. We weren't able to go on a honeymoon. So much went on during the time before our actual wedding date came. My husband's job, 3 months before our wedding, when we were supposed to put 4 months before our wedding date, when you put your final payments on everything, when you go and make whatever decisions you're going to make, I think it was 4 months. Because we got engaged. We stayed engaged for a year before we got married because I was planning out everything. And I think it was almost 5 months before we got married. His job packed up and moved back to Mexico. So money said, so we had to cancel our honeymoon. We didn't get to go to Jamaica like we had planned, which was no problem because it's just me and him. We just went back to where we were living and we made a weekend of it. So that was beautiful. Details of my wedding. Okay, our wedding was champagne and cream. That were our colors. And I have found a lady on eBay that did the flowers with the ribbons and thing to hang on the pews. So I ordered some of those from her and I bought the hooks to go over the pews. I got them on Amazon and I hooked the flowers on the pews, every other pew. And then she did my bouquet and she did my throwaway bouquet. And she also did the bridesmaid and the miniature bride, hers as well. And she also made my groom's boutonnieres and the bands for the mothers and the mother-in-law. She made those as well. I wanted to show you guys my bouquet that the lady made for my wedding. Here is my bouquet. This is a color, the champagne. And this is my bouquet. Keep this in my china cabinet. And if I can find her site on eBay, I will link it down below if anybody's interested. And also, as for DIYs for my wedding, because I was doing a lot for my receptions, I made my own wedding invitations. I made the menus, the place markers, the name cards. I made those. I made the RSVP cards. I made the programs for the church. And I also did the centerpieces for the weddings, for the guest tables and the bride and groom's table. Now I do have videos where I show how I made those DIY projects, the flower arrangements for the regular tables and the ones for the bride and groom's table. So I will put them in the iCards up above so you guys can check out what I did do for my wedding as far as those DIYs are concerned. I'm not sure if I have any pictures of my programs, but I will look for those and try to put those up as well. It was at the church that I was going to with my family here in Houston, Greenspoint Baptist Church. It was more people there than I thought that were coming to the wedding, and they made it beautiful for me because a lot of things wasn't quite like we wanted them to be, but it ended up being a beautiful day after that. The pastor of the church, which was Reverend Victor G. Williams the first, He performed the ceremony. But my father is an associate pastor there as well. So when I say they prayed over us 5 times. Five times they prayed over us during that wedding ceremony. And my sister sung this ballad, Not Yours, It's the Lord's. That's the song I wanted to sing, and she sung that song, and she sang it. She sang that song. My maid of honor, my matron of honor was my girlfriend Artist, and the issues we had with her dress was funny. She ordered her dress. They told her when she picked it up, it was the wrong size. They told her another store had her size. She went there. They didn't even have a dress. They had never heard of her. So she asked for her money back, and it was too late to order another one. So she went around town trying to find a cream color dress. And she was upset because she thought she was ruining my wedding. But it wasn't the fact about the dress. It was just I wanted her there. And she did come with another dress. And everybody had on the color shoes I wanted. I had bought some headbands that had like leaves, gold leaves on them. So everybody had on, like hers had the leaves all the way across. My miniature bride, she had the bangle that came across the front, the jewel across her forehead. And my flower girls, the miniature bride was my oldest niece. And I picked her dress out. It was made a little similar to mine, not totally because she was only 9. And a tall 9. And then my other niece was a flower girl, and her dress was a champagne with a lace. It was really pretty. If I can remember, I'm going to try to insert a picture of them in their dresses. And then my granddaughter at the time, who was 2. Yeah, she was 2. She was my other flower girl. And it was so funny because she kept talking through the wedding ceremony. And the flower girls' headbands had like 3 or 4 gold leaves on the side. So I think overall it came out well. We didn't get to have the reception at the place we wanted because they double booked. So we ended up calling the restaurant. They called us like, I think it was like 2 or 3 days before the wedding to say they had double booked that room. And we were the last person that booked it, so we got booted. So we called around and we found a restaurant that had a venue, an area that was large enough to hold a wedding party. And we all just had there and ate dinner. I was so frustrated about losing the venue that I canceled the cakes. Yeah, I canceled my cake. But all said and done, the family was beautiful. Everybody got up and spoke and said something wonderful. My day ended up being so beautiful. I'm going to look for that picture that we took at the restaurant. And so you can see my husband and myself, but I'm not sure if you can see everybody, but you can see a few people behind us. Well, as you see, I still have my dress. So that's what I did after the wedding. I kept my dress. I was planning on selling it on eBay. And so I'm still up in the air about that. But I still have it. So guys, if you give me a minute, I'll hold it up and you can see my wedding dress. Okay, here is the front of the dress here. It was strapless. And I like the detail on it. That's why I picked this dress. Because I love that detail on the front. And in the back, of course, it had the drawstring backing with the details on the back. But what I loved the most about it was the way the train was made. See if I can let you see how it's made. Okay, the train has a split in it. It has the jewels coming down with the spiral split in the back. I thought that was beautiful. The details on that was so pretty to me. So guys, now after I finish running my mouth so much, I'm going to insert some pictures for you to see some shots of the wedding. If you like my content, guys, you know what to do. Give your girl a thumbs up, comment, and share my videos. If you're not a member of the Creatively Miss Me family, please feel free to click that red button down below. Once you click that red button, you see a bell. Click that bell. Then a notification screen will appear saying send all notifications to this channel. Click that box. And then, guys, click save. And you will be notified each and every time I upload a video. And also, guys, follow me on my social media accounts. They'll be listed below on the screen as well as in the description box. And as always, guys, this is Stephanie from Creatively Miss Me saying thank you for watching, and you guys be blessed.